To me, Christian Bale was mid as Batman. We hitting, we hooping, we sticking, we shooting. Welcome back to another episode of Hits and Hoops, realest podcast in the universe. Because there's podcasts on other worlds, right? But
Is there?
I am accompanied here by my main man, longtime neighbor, inside joke, aka best friend Tyler. What's good, fam? How you
What's good,
doing?
Chicho? How we doing?
I'm good, bruv. Happy to be back with the people.
Yeah, off season type of episode.
Off season type of episode, this is where guys start getting depressed. No sports to watch unless you're a baseball type of guy, which I don't know many of those anymore, apart from my barber. I see how was good. But today we gonna get into evergreen type of topics, random type of topics, since there's nothing going on specifically in the sports world. Gonna get into some random stuff having to do with sports and non having to do with sports. Before we get into that, I need everyone to show love, like, comment, subscribe, especially in the podcast, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Make sure you give a rating, make sure you give a review. All that's gonna help us as we keep feeding y'all free game. But first topic. This is the hottest name in basketball right now, period.
With no NBA. Right.
At any level in the offseason. Hottest name right now, hottest player right now. Michael Beasley.
Mm, super
Mr.
cool bees.
Mr. Roll Up.
Mm,
Mr. Hold Up. Let me spark up before we play.
probably.
Mr. Keep a Zip on him.
That famous Heat photo. That's how I always think about him.
That guy.
Yeah.
Michael Beasley been making the headlines, been, super viral, super hot topic. He actually recently played Lance Stevenson in a one-on-one with the Creator League.
No,
Um,
wait. Before you talk about that, tell me what is the Creator League? I'm
I
not.
think it's the Creator League. I don't want to get it wrong. I don't know. It might be. I think it's the Creator League, which I think is associated with Chapter 22. See, I'm not too sure.
All right, go ahead. Continue. If you're not sure, it's cool. Don't worry about it.
Some kind of league, but it's dope because it's like essentially Ball is Life was the only major YouTube platform for a long time with basketball. They controlled everything, from high school under. And this is more of a competing brand. I'm talking about both Chapter 22 and Creator League competing brands that, show highlight to not only NBA players, not only professionals, but dudes from the street that may not have gotten the chances or for whatever reason didn't make it to that level, but are nice with it.
Yeah, I understand.
So yeah, man, MBZ went up with Stevenson for Mad Bread, went to work on him, pause. And he been saying some crazy stuff. He called out Carmelo Anthony, he called out a bunch of people. But before we get into all that, I want to get into the story of Michael Beasley, which one day will be a crazy doc. But this is
Yeah.
the first time you heard it like full length, right here, right now. So let's get it started. When was it when you first heard of Michael Beasley, and what was
When I
like, what was the story buzzing around him when you first heard about him?
when I first heard about him, I remember he was going to be one of the top picks, and the Heat were just absolutely trash that year. That's the year that D Wade was gone for almost the whole year. So it was what 2008, and we ended up getting the second pick, which Chicago drafted
But wait, you heard
D
about him in
Rose
college first, though, didn't
in
you?
college. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
awesome in college.
No, no, no.
Yeah,
Let's
there was a
let's
reason why he was second overall pick.
let's start at the college level, buddy. Michael
Um,
Beasley, Kansas State was an animal. I'm
oh
talking
yeah, he
about
looked
a
like the next thing.
double animal. I'm talking about 30-10 guy in college. And that wasn't even his natural position. That was just the position he was playing because his size. but it was Kevin Durant and Michael Beasley, two of the greatest freshmen ever of all time, playing at the same time. That's what was going on with Michael Beasley in college. And that was like an era where, yeah, I still paid attention to college hoops, but you couldn't avoid KD and him.
No, KD and him weren't at the same time. KD was
Yes, they
KD and
were.
Greg Oden. No, KD's '07, Beasley's '08.
There we go,
It
buddy.
was the year after
So
because it was
who was in Beasley's draft class?
D Rose. D Rose was the number one pick.
That's why you're here.
Right,
That's why you're here. But
right.
I guess I'm saying more of like
No, I know what you
of
mean. All
that
time
era,
freshman.
of that time. Like
Yeah,
I remember it was Beasley and KD. Like
I
those were the
remember
main two.
thinking I would rather get Beasley for a long term, but knowing D Rose was going to be the number one pick at the time.
Shout out D Rose, man. But yeah, and then now let's get on to where you were at the Heat not being that good that year, to say it nicely, and got the second overall pick. Beasley came on as a rookie. What did you think about him when he finally put on that Heat
I
uniform?
remember thinking, okay, this is something, but then he got in trouble with that picture that he posted, or someone posted of him flexing his new tattoo that says "Super Cool Bees" on the back, with him with glasses hanging from the S and having a bag of weed in the background. So he got in trouble for that. And you know, NBA they didn't used to play with that.
Right.
Now it's straight, but they didn't used to play like that.
That was the David Stern era.
And then that just seemed like it derailed the whole time. I mean, he had spurts, and then the Heat ended up moving on from him. He went to Phoenix. He went to Sacramento, and if I'm not mistaken, Phoenix again, and then one other team. But
Hold on, but with the Heat, let's stay. God damn it, bro.
what?
I'm trying to walk the dog here. You're trying to over here. You're taking a plane right now. You're trying to zoom
I
through
mean,
this
well, what
shit.
is there? Go ahead. What's there to say? That's
Let's stay on Miami. Michael Beasley in Miami. Rookie
right.
year, I thought he had a solid rookie year.
Yeah, it's
I
fine.
did think he had a solid rookie year, especially since D Wade wasn't there. So he was able to do more. Once D Wade came back, his career with Miami couldn't exist no longer. And that was before the big three with Miami. So at that time, Miami was Wade County, Wade City, Wade
It was
centric. You couldn't
full
have
blown.
two
Yeah,
superstars, and not even I'm talking about off the court, but like play style wise, no, it was like Wade heavy. It was really hard for them two to mesh, and I just felt like the Heat wasn't really willing to trying to elevate him. They were trying to make him fit instead of trying to make us fit him.
yeah. Wade was so ball dominant, especially at that time. I mean, he was already an Olympic gold medalist, and a Finals MVP, won a chip. He's already been a proven guy
Exactly.
in his
Couldn't
prime.
even be mad at it. Couldn't
Yeah,
even be
in
mad
his
at it.
prime. So he had the ball every time. And what does Michael Beasley need? The ball.
Right. So going into his second year, I thought that's when he had a sophomore slump. And then that's when you mentioned, he went somewhere else. Um, Phoenix. I thought that's probably where he looked
He shined the best.
to me the best.
Yeah.
Yeah, in Phoenix, I remember him having one really solid year out there.
I think he averaged like 18, I think, that year.
And that was probably his most consistent, his best year in NBA. He later on went on to have decent years with the Knicks and things like that later on in his career.
And yeah, forgot about that one.
But that was definitely, the best run he had was with Phoenix. But
And
the
that team
thing,
was somewhat centered not around him because they had a couple like younger players or mid tier players, but he got a lot more touches than he ever had
he was there at the
anywhere else.
perfect time because they were in a transition period.
A
That
long
was the
period.
transition period where they were dumb trash, but that's what allowed him to get Devin Booker eventually.
Yeah.
So this was like the pre-Booker era for the
Yeah,
Phoenix
yes.
Suns.
Yeah. Or maybe even young
Post
books.
Nash post Nash, pre Booker era
Yeah,
for the Phoenix Suns. But the thing with Beasley is the man kept getting roped for weed.
yeah.
Grown ass man, NBA player, adult, kept getting roped on some high school shit by the NBA. Bailing drug test, like Tyler said, got a picture with it. If it wasn't that, he was openly saying it on camera in a hotel, like just kept getting roped. And that's really what derailed his career because talent wise, one of the most talented players of our generation.
Definitely, yeah, his generation, right?
His size, his fluidity, the fact that he's a lefty, his athleticism, the game comes too easy to him. Natural scorer.
So do you think it's with Beasley, do you think it was a thing of self
Self sabotage.
yeah, was it a self-sabotage
It
with him,
was
or do you think it's an immaturity thing?
it was that, and also I think the Heat system at the time didn't help him at all. And I told you like it's very hard for a rookie to accommodate to the Heat system, and like yeah, they'll be good, they'll contribute to the team, but in terms of like individual shine, individual like flourishment, it's gonna be hard. You have to be a special type of rookie like D Wade or I don't know who else.
I mean, even Hero, that his first year when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, like
Right.
that looked like yeah, I see what you're saying. They have to have some sort of magic to them to take on
To
a
get
bigger
given
role.
that opportunity,
Yeah,
by
yeah,
Spo and them because they're and I can't fault them for that. I'm just saying like as a rookie, it's gonna be
yeah.
hard.
You're right. No, you're right.
So I think getting drafted to the Heat and then just kept getting in trouble. Like this is what I want to tell young people out there. Like the game is 50-50. 50 on the field, on the court, 50 off the field, off the court. So on the field, obviously is what you do, right? When you're playing, how you play the game. Off the field is the political side. That's the side that I want people to focus on. That's the side that people don't talk about enough. How you talk to your coaches, if you say hi and bye, like how you are with the media, how you are, in terms of getting in trouble or not, your track record, social media presence, all that stuff, bro. So Beasley completely failed on that side. I mean, you could attest to it. I mean, you're, you know, a coach now in football and you got younger ones like
No, I
and I'm
mean,
sure
I
you
agree with
preach like say hi, like it's
everything you
shake
said.
hand.
Yeah, you just what you do on the field is one thing, but if you show everything else, like not paying attention, really just doing your own thing when you're playing a team game, and it's tough. And there is a even though I know myself denied it for a long time, there is a political stance in the game in any
At
in any
every level, at
in
every
every
level,
field of everything,
at
honestly.
every level in any sport,
Yeah, I mean not only sports but even everyday jobs.
businesses, any business.
There's all kinds of things. So I denied that for a long time, but it's true, and he just didn't work that. And I know people might not like that is a part of the game because I did it myself, like I just mentioned. But it's a part of the game you have to play to
Have
go
to.
to those
There's no way
levels.
around it. I mean, literally, you have to be an all-time great special talent like a Kevin Durant or a Kawhi Leonard to where it's like you can be a dick, you can be weird, but it's only going to benefit you if you're not. It's only going to benefit you if you're a nice, likable player. Like, bro, I didn't see kids like that I went to high school with make the team just by doing the great off the court stuff. On the
Yeah,
court, mid pack,
yeah.
got rolled up and got out of here every time I met them. But off the court, they were at every meeting on time, cool with the coach, cool with the coach's kids, good grades. Teachers spoke good about them, great presence like around the hallways and stuff. So it's like that's what got them on the team. So, like I said, I preach that to the young people out there for sure, and whoever's listening, who's in sports and shit. Talking about Beasley talent wise, the whole debate started bubbling one on one talk.
Right.
Beasley saying he never lost a one on one in his life. Beasley
Only
saying No, Beasley's saying he packed up LeBron, smoked his ass. No, put him in the backwood and got him out of here.
There's one person he said that beat him one time.
Who's that?
Bam out of Bynum.
Ooh,
Our
yes,
boy
sir.
Bam.
Bam out of Bayou.
But go ahead. Yes, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're referring to.
That's such a nasty fact.
Hey, he said it. He said it on the UD Mike Miller
I
podcast.
know. I know. That's beautiful. Nah, Bam really, he's like that. And I'm just mad because it's like he could be doing so much more on the offensive side, but that's a whole nother
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that guy, basketball heads to talking, and Beasley started calling out everyone, Lance Stevenson being one of those people. He said he got Braun out of here. He brought up Melo's name. That's one person where I said, okay, so slow down.
Yeah,
Hold
Melo's
on.
all time
Like
101 guy
Lance
for a guy.
Stevenson is one thing. Jeff Teague and them, like Lou Will and them is one thing. Like, and don't get me wrong, those are not easy opponents. Carmelo Anthony, okay, now you're talking about an all-time great one-on-one player.
Yeah.
Now you're talking about can score in a phone booth. And Carmelo Anthony is one of the players I had the opportunity to see in person
Oh, nice.
with my dad one time on a Sunday daytime game. And what I got away from it, just professional score.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Professional.
Professional, right? NBA player, right? Gotcha.
No, yeah, like there's levels.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So that would be a great battle. I might have Melo in that one though.
Yeah, what are we talking about? Melo was that guy. That's how he has so many millions. That's why he's literally a
Just
Hall of
based
Fame
off that
basketball
one on
player.
one. Just based off that jab step, fool.
Look, if you're a Hall of Fame basketball player, it's gonna be it's the chances are very high that you're gonna play a long time. If you're a Hall of Fame,
For
that
sure.
you're gonna be a staple in the game of
But
basketball.
this is one on one talk. So this is kind of
No,
different from
yeah, but
Hall of Fame because that's
how
more
did
based on
Melo
team success.
how did Melo no how did Melo make his money?
He's the case where his one on one greatness made him get to the
Yes,
Hall of
that
Fame.
was
But there's
his game.
like Steve Nash, me, Michael Beasley gonna box Steve Nash out. He gonna get Steve Nash out of here so quickly.
Yeah, that would be zip. Yeah, he was a 10 and 10 kind
And
of
he's a
guy.
Hall of Fame guy. I'm just saying, like
No, I
the
agree,
one
but
on
we're talking
one,
about Melo.
Mellow,
Melo made his
yeah,
bread off one on one,
yes, bro.
and shit, Melo made at least 300 million in the NBA.
And I want to let people know, like that young Mellow, Denver Mellow was physical.
Yeah,
He was going shoulder, chest, inside work, post
he was
work,
di- he was doing those tomahawk dunks. Yeah, I
hop
remember.
step. When he got to New
Big boy
York, he
hop
started
step.
getting more finesse. That's when he started developing the mid range, jab step, and all that. But that Denver Mello was a bully, young bully. So that got me to think, and a lot of people to start talking like, man, one on one, who is like some of the greatest players you've ever seen? And then once we go through that, we'll discuss like if we had a tournament with everyone,
Okay,
who
I
would
like that.
win? So
So
just off the top, who
are
are
we
like some
counting
of the
big men
greatest?
too?
Yeah, everyone, any position.
Okay, all right.
Best one-on-one players all time to me. Go on Tracy McGrady.
T Mac, that was the top of my list too.
3 level score, damn near 6'10. Jump out the gym. Yeah.
Man, I remember for a long time, T Mac was my favorite player, dude. I remember that all through the 2000s.
Hey, that was your nickname too.
Yeah, shout
Hey,
out T
yeah, it
Mac.
goes a long way. Kobe Bryant, RIP
Kobe, yeah,
Mamba. The thing with Kobe that's really gonna hurt, it's really gonna be tough, is the mentality part.
yeah,
Like, yeah, you might find one or two players that are just as skilled, but that mentality part, nobody has the edge over him. Maybe
yeah.
Mike.
That mid-range line drive shot. hit the back of the rim every single time.
And he's just
Lethal.
gonna be coming aggressive from like it's not gonna be a warm up. Like from ball checking to ball check out, he's gonna be on your ass. So if you're not ready for that, it's gonna be quick.
Yeah, the defensive mentality along with the
That
offensive
too.
mentality
That's what I'm
in a
saying. Like
tournament.
he's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's
on
a
your
lot.
ass. Like some players, like he's gonna be fun to play them. This one is not gonna be fun. Like this one, you might end up like getting mad for real.
I don't think anybody on this list is gonna be fun to play with. It's gonna be like, damn, I gotta play this guy.
T Mac
Kobe
might be
Bryant.
fun if you got T Mac on defense. Like you might could get your shit off a little bit, but you playing Mamba on defense. That's that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So what would you say? What would you say if I said prime Shaq? 2000 Shaq, 35 and 20 Shaq.
You got to throw him in there. It's just tough when you
That's,
get like a guard because it's like
I mean, the
once
guards would
Shaq
cook
gets
them,
on defense, yeah, exactly.
but this is also
And
like
then if we're
prime athletic
talking
Shaq.
like the thing is like when you get to professional level 1-on-one, they usually do three dribbles.
Yeah.
So if it's Shaq three dribbles, he might be cooked.
Yeah, yo, yeah, it's a
I mean, he's gonna get
possibility.
straight into the post. He's gonna get his, but no, I'll definitely throw Shaq in there. It's just you asked if we could throw him in there. I would say yes, but it's really tough to gauge them, so maybe we shouldn't.
Hey, but in the tournament, you're played with
Shaq would be a monster in the tournament. Wilt would be a monster. Kareem would be a monster.
Hakeem.
Hakeem would
Hakeem
be a
would.
monster. Like those are big men that might could win the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. What about Giannis? You throw Giannis in there?
Gotta throw Giannis in there.
God, it was what was yeah,
Because Giannis is the type that could one dribble from
one
three,
dribble half court? Yeah.
one dribble from half court, and posterize you, bro.
Yeah.
He don't gotta shoot. And then
Um,
him on defense, yeah, you're gonna have to hit a step back 35-footer.
I think one of the best names we could come up with this for this list is Kyrie. I
Kyrie, I think if you throw all the point guards in there, Kyrie's gonna be competing for,
he's gonna
the best
be
point guard one-on-one player.
he'll be at the end of this tournament, that's for sure. On a
Yeah.
one-on-one tournament, he'll win it. If not, he's second, third place because I think Kyrie has one of the best bags when it comes to handles and finishing. Plus his
Yes.
size, for whatever reason, he's just like he's ambidextrous on the basketball court. And I mean, like the game winner this year against San
With
Antonio, I
the
think
nah
the
versus Denver with the
Denver,
left.
the lefty. I
That
mean, that
was
was one of the
so
most incredible
plays
shots, but game winner I've ever seen.
on Jokic.
Oh yeah, yeah, even on Joker. So I think Kyrie. I mean, I can remember. I'm sure you remember this. You remember the Kyrie went against Brandon Knight in the rookie sophomore challenge? That was just like, oh shit, Kyrie's
Made that boy go slip and sliding.
he might be something, and then that was just like the like lowest level Kyrie and what he turned into has been amazing.
Yeah, what
One
you
on one,
saw
he's
from
one of
there
the best.
for sure.
He's one of the best, I think, ever.
Yeah, I have to throw, like we said already, Melo, Beasley. Gotta throw them two in it.
But is Beasley at this level as
Yeah,
these
Beasley's at
guys?
the level, yeah, for sure. For
I
sure.
don't know.
We're gonna have to throw Lou Williams in there.
Lou Will, okay.
Lou
I mean,
Williams
I
get a
wouldn't throw him
bucket,
in.
mid range leaning left, and nobody could stop that for 16 years or however long he played. Who else we gotta throw in there? Jordan, of course. Gotta throw Jordan in there. I think that's it. I think we mentioned like the greatest of the greats, but I think we're missing one guy who might
I mean,
just be the guy.
you got to throw Larry on there too because he only took
Stop it.
he only took three pointers a game back
Stop
then.
it.
Relax, Dixon.
I know you're trying to put on for like your racing shit, but stop it.
No,
We're
that's
not regarding Larry as a
don't bring back
one-on-one player.
nothing to do with it.
We're not regarding Larry as a one-on-one player now again.
Okay.
Greatest shooters of all time list, he's there. Greatest playmakers of all time list, he's there. Like for sure. But
Okay.
it's just a certain
We can
niche.
agree to disagree.
Oh, I gotta throw Paul Pierce in there. I gotta throw Paul Pierce in there.
Yeah,
Ultimately,
young Paul Pierce was.
ultimate
young,
three-level score,
yeah,
like any type of way that mid-range post work, step back. He had it all. So I gotta throw Paul Pierce in there for sure as
he
well.
had
And
that
I'm
great turnaround too.
yeah, and I'm more regarding guys like that are like 6'6", 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", like in that range, like wing players that have like guard like abilities. I think those would make for the best players. But I think for the greatest player, the greatest one-on-one player of all time, like if we throw a tournament on all NBA players throughout history, me and you can agree because I know because we his name hasn't even gotten brought up because we're saving it for last. Best for last. Kevin Durant,
It's KD.
Durantula.
It's KD.
I said a wing that's 6'7" with guard like abilities. This is a wing that's 7 foot with guard like abilities and guard like shooting. That's the difference. Most wings, guard like
Now it's
abilities,
more godlike
slashing.
shooting. He'll outshoot any guard, any forward. KD's number one on this list.
KD is a yeah, he get
Speed, size,
I don't care who you are.
strength,
Jordan,
IQ.
Kobe, I'm sorry. No, KD, he getting that over everyone who
Brian
ever played.
KD is winning this tournament.
Yes.
One on one, you probably will not be able to play offense because he's just going to hit 11, 16, 21. Even if you're
In a
trying to get
row.
crazy, 42, he's going to win.
You're not blocking any shot the whole game.
You can't block him. His shot is 7.5, 7.6, and then he releases. And
Yeah,
then when he
man. And
releases, it's
we've
what, an
seen,
eight
and
foot
we hold
shot?
on, and we've seen KD one-on-one clips. That's the difference. Like it ain't like it's some fantasy, like, oh, what if? No, there's footage out there at the USA camp
Oh,
cooking,
yeah, that's right.
cooking America's best talents. Got him also cooking players at Brickley's gym. Like, man, just going crazy. And yeah, I think KD, I think combination of height, skill, shooting,
And God gifted talent. He would win.
impossible, impossible to guard.
The first true unicorn.
And the crazy thing is with KD is like you seen KD prototype, you said, okay, unicorn prototype. Let's see who's to come. And we've seen players,
Yeah,
whether that's Porzingis, whether that's Bol Bol. Like we've seen players,
Thon Maker.
but
Yeah,
the more we realize is like, oh no, he's like the prototype.
yeah,
Like
he's
he's not the first of. Not only is he the first of, he's the first and greatest of this
yeah,
prototype.
of that kind of prototype. Yeah,
Yeah. So
yeah,
that's the special thing with
7 foot.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, and to have a career last as long as it has.
Longevity talk for real.
I mean, he's gotten hurt quite a bit, but he's still playing at an extremely top 15 ish player in the league.
Still giving you 30 a night, no problem. Let's transition to the next topic. So us being in the media, right? We in the game now. This type of game. It's a whole different world, media game, analyst game. The game about the talk of the game, if you get what I'm saying. Me and Tyler, we grew up watching not only sports, but sports media, whether that was ESPN, Sports Center, whether that was First Take, whether that was Joy Taylor and them, whether that was Colin Coward and them, Fox Sports, whether that was, Ryan Russo and then when the podcast boom started happening, like always caught up, always watching not only sports, but the coverage of sports, which is, what led us to be here at this
Yeah,
point with y'all. So I wanted to ask Tyler, also give my own insight, like who are some of your favorite or were at the time your favorite analysts, sports analysts growing up or like throughout your
like
lifetime?
sports personalities. And
Yes, yes, could have been, as a Jet, could have been last week, but who were some of the people that you really tuned into and, were a part of your life? And do you still listen to them to this day? If you don't, Why not?
Well, I remember when I really started to get into like listening to sports like on a regular basis was probably like yeah, 18, 19, 20-ish.
You talking about how old you were?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I would say one of the first guys was Colin Cowherd that I listened to on a regular basis.
A
Um,
legend. A legend
and
in this in
he
this
had
game.
some good moments. I remember what got me onto him was a video I watched with him talking about, and it's ridiculous, but the top player list, bigs can't be on that list. So like Shaq can't be on there, Kareem can't, just some wild shit.
He was always known for saying some outlandish
And
shit.
he still does, I'm sure, but I don't follow him anymore because it some things became very apparent that he just don't watch certain teams,
Mm.
and you could tell he didn't
Just
because
talking
he
out of
would.
his ass or just talking with stats.
Yeah, and I get it, like he had to talk 3 hours every day, but like if you don't know, don't talk about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it's okay if you don't know, but like I remember, and this is like a more recent one, but I remember he said something about going into last year, um, how Christian Wilkins is going to be for the Dolphins, and he was already on the Raiders for like quite a while, and just shit like
Oh
that,
Lord. That's pretty
and
bad.
he's flip flop on Tua about 500 times, and I just his
Hey, for real,
analogies are.
I've heard him talk good. I've seen clips of him talking good about Tua and clips about him talking bad about Tua.
And I will say though, I will say Collins like delivery on a lot of things. His analogies are either like batshit crazy or like makes you like think about the stars.
What makes him
Um,
one of the all-time greats is his sports to real life analogies.
yeah, he's really some of that shit is really
One of them
comedic.
ones,
Even though his tone, I think he throws in the jokes there for for just his writing.
of
But
course.
I would say he was one of the first guys. Um,
Yeah, and for me, like obviously just being a sport, like a fan of the game, anyone that's a fan of the game, Colin Coward. I'm only listening to him about football though. I ain't listening to him about no basketball talk. Let me know when it's football season. Yeah, I'll listen to the top 10 of the week that he usually does, the Blazing top
yeah,
10 or whatever.
he's got some good
Some
segments.
cool segments and stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Another
Now,
one I used to listen to pretty religiously was around the NFL, um, with the NFL podcast. That's that show we went to that one time, remember? In
oh,
Miami?
yeah, them boys. Okay. That
Yeah.
was the NFL Network something?
Yeah, that was NFL, like around the NFL by the NFL Network.
That was
Um,
like around 2018,
yeah, that was around then. And that was one of the first
17,
NFL
19.
podcasts I listened to. And they're very nerdy into football. And I love that, you know?
Yeah, me and
And
Tyler did go to, they had like a live show on down here in South Florida. We definitely pulled up.
yeah, that was cool. And then I kind of fell off of them too because the NFL dispersed the podcast. They stopped it. And then they were just gone for a minute. And what it ended up, one of the guys got his own show on the NFL Network, a daily show. And then the other two guys just branched out, did solo. And
Really?
yeah,
So they broke up, they ended.
they they didn't break up. They were kind of like forced to break up.
So they broke up.
Yeah,
Yeah, buddy. It's okay.
unfortunately.
Yeah, it's okay, buddy.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
Another one that I listened to like almost on a daily basis was Pat McAfee.
Hold on,
Um,
hold on, hold on, hold on. I was trying to be professional and shit. Like, bro, Lord knows I wanted to. But we did go to that show around the NFL,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And it came around to like, a segment where it was like, yo, ask fans
yeah. I know where you're going with this.
if they have any questions for the cast, and my boy Tyler being, I was just there as his plus one, as his guest. He wanted to show me, and I loved the experience. It was dope. But I wasn't gonna ask a question, right? But him being a longtime fan, he was like, yo, I'm gonna ask a question. He felt comfortable doing so. So raised his hand, sitting there. Like a, seventh grader raising their hand, teacher's classroom type shit. Finally gets called on. And he asked like, yo, what can be done to fix the Pro Bowl because at that time, which was probably like what 5 years ago, but
No, probably
the
close to 8,
stop it. But the Pro Bowl was still
7.
a joke at the time. If you think it's a joke now, it was still a joke back then. So solid question. You know what I'm saying? And I think they already like briefly started discussing that topic. So he asked that, and I remember one of the guys. What was the guy's name?
That was
He
Greg
was like
Rosen,
the
Greg Rosenthal. Yeah.
Greg Rosenthal. He was like the jokester of the crew. I remember, like the little nerdy jokester of the crew.
Okay.
He kind of just blew off your question. Like I
Yeah.
forgot what he said exactly, but he was like, "What a dumbass question," pretty much.
Yeah. Pretty much. Yeah.
So I just want to say good riddance. You know, that's dope that they broke up and shit. Yeah. But
And then my another guy I used to listen to a lot was Pat McAfee. Before he was on ESPN,
before he
just when he
blew
was
up,
yeah, pretty much before he blew up, and
why
when
does
he
he
was,
stand up while he podcasts? Well, what's up with that?
huh?
Why does he stand up while he
He's just like a really energetic kind of guy. Like
is like the coke and shit?
he's just like always, yeah. People think that he does coke, like jokingly, but he's just like a high energy ass kind of guy.
Yeah, the
And
stand up and the screaming doesn't help those
uh,
rumors.
yeah, I mean maybe I don't know.
Right.
But no, I fuck with Fat. I suck fuck with Fat. I fuck with Pat, and his whole crew. I listen to his crew's podcast too, but they don't
AJ
do
Hawk
no
and
more.
them.
AJ Hawk,
His
Ty
crew has
Schmidt.
their own podcast?
They used to, but not anymore.
Oh
They
wow.
kind of got too big for it, honestly. I don't
Gotcha.
think I don't think they had to do it anymore, so they did it. But because they're involved a lot more into stuff going around Pat, and that's something that Pat I commemorate. He brought up everybody with him.
Oh, I
Like
like that.
this is like one of his original crews, like after he was
That's
with
respect.
Barstool, and like
Oh,
he
he was
not
a
only put
barstool first.
yeah,
Gotcha.
he not only
Gotcha.
put on for like his crew, but like he went on College Game Day next year. His crew's at College Game Day. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Like he's
Yeah.
elevated all those guys, and a lot of them
So
are really
you
talented.
you don't watch him anymore now, like that he's on
I
ESPN?
watch their clips and stuff, but I don't listen to them like on a daily
Like
basis
an
anymore.
avid. Gotcha. Gotcha.
And really, what put me onto them is like the first time Rogers went on his show. So like before he was on there as a like original guest. Um,
I think I seen that one too.
and so I fuck with Pat. I always fuck with Pat for some reason. He's a great guy for real. I think he's one of those guys that like when he does good when his crew does good. You feel me?
Yeah, yeah. No,
And
that's
they
that's
got his tag
commendable.
just like around the same. But um, another guy, I mean, two guys that I listen to a lot, almost religiously, is Bill Simmons and Brian Russillo from
Bill
the Ringer.
Simmons.
Like, there's
Bill
plenty of things that I disagree
fucking
with,
Simmons, boy.
but
You want to
I
talk
think
about legend?
they run it. Yeah, Bill Simmons is he's the man. One of my favorite podcasts is called Dolphins in Depth. It's with Omar Kelly from the he's been a beat writer for the Heat or not the Heat, the Dolphins for a long time, for like 10 plus years. So he's locked into the Dolphins, and he'll have Barry Jackson on. He's like the Miami insider of all Miami insiders.
Oh wow.
And then they have
What is
some
the
other
podcast called?
Dolphins in Depth. He'll have other Dolphin, from Sports Illustrated, a couple guys from him. So a lot of Dolphin people. That's like mainly a Dolphin thing. So that's really good. Omar's insight and the way he can, the way he seen the game and still sees the game. It's pretty cool. Zach Lowe show. I think ESPN firing Zach Lowe when they did a minute ago was a huge mistake. And my boy Bill Simmons jumped on and signed him to the Ringer. And Zach Lowe is he's Mr. Basketball, dude. Like there's never
Big
any
basketball.
bias. He has credible sources. Like ESPN should have put this man on a
Nah, yeah,
shrine.
one of the more professional, honest basketball analysts out there.
Like there's no bias. And if there is any kind of way he says it. To me, he's one of the best basketball guys out there. And of course, PMT. I'm a big PMT guy. Part of my take. Big Cat, BFT, just the whole crew is great. I love what they do over at Barstool. And then there's another Dolphins
Who's
podcast I
part of
listen.
my take?
Big Cat, PFT with the glasses. Hank, he's another co-host. That's Barstool's one of their main shows.
Gotcha, gotcha.
And yeah, I do. I like a lot of Barstool content other than sports. Um, but their whole crew, that's the you you elevate with everybody. You feel me? And that's one thing those guys did, and they have a genuine friendship, which you could tell, and they're really talented also. So their show is tried to be mimicked thousands of times by other people, but EMT is a great show. And then, like I said, those are like my main guys. I have like comedy podcasts I listen to. I have all types of shit because I can do that on my
Outside of
time.
sports.
Yeah, outside of sports. Yeah,
Yeah, no, for sure.
like Bad Friends. Like you would love that shit. That's just hilarious. Oh, but you don't like comedies. Never mind.
Yeah, I might could do a podcast about comedy. I'll do that because I love podcasts. So you said Bad Friends.
Bad Friends. Yeah, that's with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee. They're pretty much like best
Oh,
friends.
Bobby Lee's hilarious,
You know
Jeff.
who Bobby Lee is? Oh yeah, yeah, you'll love this man. Bobby Lee's got
Hilarious
his own podcast to listen to. It's called Tiger Belly. Like that's his shit.
type shit. But yeah, nah, man. For me, some of my favorite analysts coming up, especially as a young guy watching Sports Center, is Scott Van Pelt,
Yeah, SVP for sure.
SVP. Like just to see him grow up to have his own logo, have his own segment, have his own brand is amazing. But I remember when he was actually like on the grind. Like he was the overnight guy before it was known that he was the overnight guy.
Oh, true. Yes.
So he was always a dope listen to, a dope watch. Um, if we're talking, football, we gotta go. What's my son? The GOAT. You know who I'm talking about too. When it comes down to football, like he's at the
Todd
10,
McShay.
he's at the 5, he's at the 2, he's at the 1. Whoop!
Oh, Berman.
Yes, fam. What's his first name though? Chris?
Chris Berman. Yeah,
Chris
classic.
Berman. Classic, bro. Like when we talking football, when you talking childhood memories, like Chris Berman's there, classic, classic commentary. Um, let's keep it going. I'm trying to keep it, chronologically in order as best as possible. Um, Stephen A. Smith, of course. I think Stephen A. Smith lately has gotten too Hollywoody, too
Yeah, this is your
celebrity.
man, bro. You gotta defend your man here because
It's hard for me to defend him
they just
nowadays.
ESPN loves to put his face on
He
everything,
just
bro.
went too clown show with it.
I think
Like
we're getting
he
too much of him.
like what Stephen A was that too. And he had to really work hard to get his bag, so I'm not faulting him for that. But what used to make Stephen A dope was the comedy, the passion, but he was, definitely a great analytical mind and, very well spoken, but he definitely shut away from that as he grew, as he ascended. Early Stephen A for sure. Let's go with, one of Stephen A's counterparts, running mates, two giants in the industry, two with the people that people consider the GOAT in this whole sports media thing. Skip Bayless, probably the most hated on of all time, made a whole career of hating off LeBron. But man, love him or hate him, couldn't stop watching that dude. Like every day I used to watch him and not really when he was at first take, but when he did Undisputed with Shannon,
Yeah.
that was my fucking bag. Like to me, that's when life was like in terms of content, that's when life was sweet because I used to watch that and Everyday Struggle with Joe Budden and DJ Academics like back to back. Like, oh my God, life was beautiful at that time. Um, Skip Bayless, man, just mad disrespectful.
Hell yeah.
the most outlandish, the most disrespectful, the wildest, most stubborn dude, but one of the most entertaining to ever do it, one of the most passionate to ever do it. And at the end of the day, he knew his sports. He wasn't the type of guy to talk stats, like you just said, that you might have caught Colin Coward doing that here and there. Like, no, Skip Bayless going to talk about the game. He don't even like stats. He's just going to bring up the flow of the game. He's going to bring up, things like clutch gene, clutch factor, dog mentality, um, calm under big pressure, like that type of shit. But even for someone like me, an all time, Skip Bayless uh, fan, I had to stop watching him. It just got too much. Like, bro, LeBron James, 50-point triple double. Oh, he shouldn't have passed the ball last possession. Like, fuck is you talking about, Skip? Now you about to get me mad. Hold on. Fuck is you talking about, Skip? Now I'm on your ass. Like, you thought it was gonna be sweet. You thought it was gonna be a glaze fest. It was. It was. No, you hated on the man too crazy, bro. You went OD, bro. Like it was cute, but after 10, 15, 20 years of greatness and you still hating. And the best part is LeBron James never acknowledged you once.
Just in denial.
LeBron James acted like you didn't even exist. And all you ever wanted from him was an acknowledgement. The more he ignored you, the more you hated. So he went too far with that. He started hating on his son. He hated even after he started winning championships. Like it was disgusting. Even that and mixed in with the Tom Brady glaze, it was just all getting over the top. And the Tom Brady glaze was the reason that him and Shannon even broke up.
Yeah. Where's Skip right now? Is he still doing his own thing?
Undisputed is now ended. Good riddance. Um, and he just does his own thing now, his own podcast, does his low views or whatever. But that's still a goat. Shout out Skip Bayless. Um, Next we got to go with his running mate, Shannon Sharp. To me, like for me personally, he's up there like with my all-time favorites. Hilarious, especially like when he was on his grind at Undisputed. He was cool when he was with the NFL guys and stuff, but at Undisputed is just when it really came into his own. Like that run when him, Skip, and Joy Taylor. Hey, we
George
might have to
Taylor.
do a whole separate list for the females. I ain't even gonna bring them up today. Just Joy. But Shay
Well,
was
speaking of Joy Taylor, I think she fell off
we
because
gonna
she was good.
we gonna
She
get
was
into
good.
that. When we get into the female one, we'll get into that.
Like she had a tough fall off.
Yeah. But
Even before that whole scandal, like
yeah, no. It
um,
was I think she
it's not
bit
I'm
off
not
more than
scared of
she
a
could chew.
strong, independent female. None of that bullshit.
It's
Like
not that. It's
it
just
wasn't that
it's a great conversation I've had. I'm glad you brought that up. Make sure you table that for another time.
for sure.
But man, no, Uncle Shay, what he was undisputed was one of the greatest runs on TV of all time. Like he brought like hood comedy, black comedy to sports media in a way that no one else ever has. Like, bro, the man went on national TV with Backwoods, Black and Miles,
That was funny.
Hennessy bottle every time LeBron balled and a do rag on. Like he used to just do the most, and that shit used to just have me cracking up every single time. And just to know that Skip Bayless is gonna be on the other side hating, but you knew you got a chance to rub it in, man, something to look forward to. I also want to shout out Max Kellerman.
That was your boy, yeah.
Max, thank you,
I remember you used to love that guy.
thank you. Max Kellerman was my boy.
Because
He
I
actually
remember you
got
saying that because he was the only one that would go after Stephen A. certain type of way.
yeah. He
And
he
that's
stood
probably why they broke up.
Max Kellerman stood up more for black people during BLM times than Stephen A. And that's why Max Kellerman got exiled from the industry. I don't know if you knew about that.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah, he got exiled from the industry for that same reason I just said. Stephen A came out and said like, "Oh, I just didn't want to work with him anymore, so that's why we fired him."
Yeah.
Like he openly said that. And not only did they fire him, he didn't get another opportunity yet. Still hasn't to this
I
day.
think he's in boxing now.
He just did his first boxing in years.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
That's where he comes from. That's his
Yeah,
background.
he came from boxing. Right, right.
He just did his first fight in years.
Oh, I didn't know it was years. I thought he'd
Yeah.
been there.
No, he
Okay.
was exiled, blackballed for real, for real.
Shit, I'm sure he made a good enough bread. Maybe he could just
Because Stephen A is
disappear.
one of the greats, and in terms of like power and structure, he's up there. So if it's him or someone else, they're gonna always pick him.
Oh yeah.
But even when Shannon Sharp, like man, he kind of had a fall off himself. Like, yeah, I still fuck with Nightcap with him and Ocho for sure, but just that whole scandal with the OnlyFans model and everything, like that definitely derailed his career, and I feel like just left like a bad taste in everyone's mouth that really supported him.
Probably, yeah.
I want to definitely shout out probably my favorite current like sports show period, not just analysts, is First Things First. Nick Wright, Chris Broussard, Kevin Wiles. I think that's the best sports show on TV right now.
I always thought Nick Burchard and Nick Wright were always really good.
Yeah, exactly. Nick Wright is like the typical
For them to
stats
get a show,
nerd,
like that's cool.
like one of those also, very people love to hate him type figures. And Chris Broussard is like the classic, I put him up there with like your boy that you just mentioned, Zach Lowe. Like great basketball minds, neutral basketball analyst.
Yeah.
Hard to find, especially in today's era. And Kevin Wallace, he's like the moderator, so just like a stand-up guy, a great host. So yeah, I think they just do like the most creative bits, their energy, their camaraderie. To me, they're amazing. So yeah, man. I'm sure I got way more I could think of, but for now, that's my
That's off
list.
the top of the head. Yeah. Yeah. Same. Me too.
Yeah, for sure. Shit, man. We at the end, and it's time to get off sports. It's deeper than that, but this ain't deeper than sports. This is a new segment that we've done before, but we want to make it a little bit more legitimate. We don't even got a name for this yet, but it's just random movie review.
Dark Knight, 2008. Christian Bale,
Heath
Heath
Ledger.
Ledger, Nolan, one of the best filmmakers in out of still in the game. Yeah. I watch this movie at least twice a year at minimums.
Since then,
From front to back, I've probably had it on in the background several times.
you've watched it twice a year since then.
Yeah, like
And
it's
it's
at
been,
minimum it's
you
twice a
said
year.
2008, so that has been 15 years.
More.
Wait,
Come on, Nixon. 17 years.
17 years, buddy.
I could say I've seen this movie
17
over
times
30
2
times.
is 34.
Yeah,
You've watched this movie 30 plus times.
it's a possibility. Yeah,
But when I say watch, I'm talking watch, not
yeah.
background.
You're watching. I mean, I've watched this movie.
If you're saying background included, it's
The
over it's
most
over 60 times.
I've seen this movie in detail more than any movie ever seen.
Okay.
Okay.
Got you. That's fair. That's fair. What did you think about the first one?
The first one was
The
okay.
Dark
I
Knight
think with
Begins.
Raja Ghul, the Scarecrow was okay. Um, it was okay. It was still if pretty much if the trilogy continued off the first one, we wouldn't be talking about it anymore.
Yeah, it was a big turn up from one to
It,
two. Like it was
yeah,
like,
it went from a good movie to an all-time movie.
exactly. And part one to me, the dopest part wasn't his childhood. I don't think they did a good job with that. And it wasn't him when actually became Batman. Even though the Scarecrow was dope. To me, the dopest part was his upbringing as an adult when he left after his parents got shot and stuff. And, he joined the League of Shadows and
Yeah,
he went and, was a
that
mountain
was the
man.
best part of that movie is when
To
he was
me, that
when yeah,
journey, that era, that was the best part of that movie.
him becoming that relationship with Ra's al Ghul and moving into that. And
And you
it
really saw how Batman got his skills to be who he is, to be
right.
in a position to be able to do what he does. And you saw that it took time and it took effort and it took sacrifice.
Yeah.
But here comes, the Dark Knight. I remember going to see this in person at AMC by
I
the
remember
crib.
going twice. I remember seeing this movie in theaters
Definitely
twice.
remember seeing. I think definitely going to see with your brother Dilly. I might still have the ticket somewhere in a shoebox. But man, since the first time I saw it, it's just one of those like the first time you see it, you from the first 5 minutes, it's one of them ones. But
Well, the opening scene with the bank
the bank
robbery
robbery,
is one of the I mean, it's one of the best openings to any type of movie,
the best one of the
any
best
type.
openings in movie history.
And you have, I don't know the gentleman's name, but the bank teller that's in the shooting battle with Joker. He
Great actor
like
too.
great actor, known actor, and he's a throwaway character in the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Plays a pivotal role in setting the tone.
Yes, it was a great role to set the tone. And I mean, it just the music, that eerie, whatever instrument you want to call it. I don't know how they would make that, but that eerie, that build up in the
Yeah.
background. Um, it
When the
was just
Joker took off the Joker mask and it was still the Joker, it was like,
it it,
oh.
it, it was just I quote that movie in Dark Knight Rises the most out of every movie, and even my wife says you know this movie too well.
And the thing is, like, my first 5 times watching that movie, I didn't really understand it. Like, I was just so caught up in like the visuals of it and like the great acting. But after about 5 times on my sixth time as a full blown adult, I was like, yo, let me actually like pay attention and see like what the plot is, what's actually going on behind the scenes. And then you realize like Joker manufactured everything.
Yeah, there's so many storylines, but Joker manipulated all of them.
He manipulated
There's
everything.
there's Batman's storyline, which is who's the Joker. He's trying to find that out,
Who's the
along
Batman?
along with fighting the mob, right? Along with having a relationship with Gordon, and then on top of that, the Joker has a relationship with the mob, and Joker's doing other things to instigate Batman. So it's like 6, 7 different intercrossing storylines in a way. And shit, I'd be lying to you if I thought the same. You have to watch it 3, 4, 5 times to grasp everything.
And you got to be conscious of the fact that everything is on purpose and everything is connected. The bank robbery is connected to the boat scene at the end. Like everything is for a reason. And like all these different plots, they all bounce off each other. So this one happened like this. So the other plot could happen like this.
Yeah, he at the end he wanted to get caught. He wanted the other guy to get caught. He wanted to have Batman in the holding cell by himself. He wanted. It's just
So why did he do the Rachel and Harvey Dent thing? What was his purpose in doing that?
well, he thought he thought Batman was Harvey Dent, right?
Did he really?
He said, well, right, yes, but he said he was, but then because he says in the movie, I thought you were dead, but then I saw the way you threw yourself at Rachel when he wasn't Harvey Dent. My only complaint is, man, I wish
Wait,
like
answer the question. Answer the question.
what I did.
He thought it was Batman, so that's why he killed both of them. That's why he tried to kill both of them.
He wanted him to choose who is he going to save.
But he
His
already tied one of them up, so he had to have known.
No, he knew it wasn't Harvey Dent. He said, "At first, I know Harvey Dent, or at first, I thought you were Harvey Dent the way you threw yourself at her, but then I knew you couldn't be because of whatever."
So at that point where he chose to tie him up and do that whole plot, he already knew at that point Batman wasn't Harvey Dent.
Right. So he said, "I'm gonna make you choose either the White Knight or your love."
But he knew that whoever Batman was, he loved Rachel by the way he dove at her at that party.
Exactly. But when he tells them where they are, he tells them the opposite.
It's crazy diabolical work. But the reason he also chose Harvey Dent as the other person was because Harvey Dent was like,
He was the White Knight. He was the savior.
yes, yes, he was the representation of good. He
Yes.
was what could fix the city. So he was pretty much putting Batman's back against the two biggest things in his life: Gotham City or his love.
Yeah.
And
And
said
and
choose one. And then the one that he chose flipped it.
yeah, well, yeah, Joker flipped it, but at the end of the movie, when Harvey Dent has Commissioner Gordon's son in his arm, and
Yeah.
he says, he look what he did to you. You were the answer to Gotham, and he
Yeah.
showed everybody that even someone as pure as you
Can be
can,
broken.
can be broken. And then that's when he jumps off and kills him, and then he becomes the vigilante, which is an all-time ending scene too. Him running through those containers with the classic Batman in the wind, and then the soft
Music.
drum. Oh yeah, I mean it's
Dun,
you
dun,
watch that and you're like, I need
dun,
to watch this again.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
I mean
dun,
it's
dun, dun.
top three favorite movie of all time, but it's just the Joker's performance is an all time. I mean, it literally pretty much cost him his life. Um,
Wow.
if you put it,
No, yeah.
if you
They
put it,
say they
you
say
be
Heath Ledger in preparation for Joker lost his mind. They say he
it,
locked himself as in his apartment for months at a time, experimented with drugs, and just really getting into the character of Joker, which is a full-blown psychopathic maniac.
if I'm not mistaken, it's called a method actor, right? Is when you absorb the role completely,
Yeah.
even off the script.
Daniel Day-Lewis type.
So that's really what happened. I mean, it became an all time performance. He did win. What is it for movies?
Oscar,
Oscar, yeah.
best supporting actor.
Um, I mean, it's still, dude.
He
I
won one after
I
his
got a
death.
tattoo. I mean, it's one of my all time favorite characters. And what is your thought on? I know it, so I'm going to set you up for it. Christian Bale as Batman
Thank you
slash
so
Bruce
much.
Wayne.
All right, so
Let the people know what do you think
I'm a
because
Batman fan from the comics and the shows. Like before it was
the
ever
animated
even
series, right?
from the comics, even before that, but before it was even ever like a real movie type of thing. Even though I had movies in the 90s, but like before the Dark Knight trilogy, I was a huge Batman fan already. Like I was even on one of the more underrated shows is a show called The Batman. I think it came out in like 2007 and it was like a really funky animation style. They made, the Joker look like a Rasta.
Yeah, yeah, that's the one with like the thick, like he had like wigs.
Yes.
Yeah, green wigs.
That's like the type of Batman fan I'm on. So to me, Christian Bale was mid as Batman.
Okay, why though?
First of all, the voice. And don't tell me that shit didn't get like this is the part people forget. When that movie came out, the first, second, and even the third, that voice was clowned on. Like in real time. Like
Yeah, I
after
remember that.
time passed and people knew it was a classic, no one said it again. But at the time it came out, viral wasn't a thing then, but it was viral. Like it was memeable. Like his voice was getting roasted. And that was just one thing where it's like, fam, you're already doing the full suit. Now you're disguising your voice. You're a billionaire with tech. You can't find a little device
But that
that can
was a that
alter
was a
your voice.
device. That was a device.
No, that was him sitting there and doing this. Hey, I'm Batman. That wasn't a device. And even if it was, it sounded like he was sitting there trying to prank call someone, changing his voice.
Okay.
So that was one part. The second part, to me, I don't know. I think as a Bruce Wayne, he was actually
As Bruce Wayne, he was great.
excellent.
He was
Yes.
the best. To me,
He was
Bruce Wayne.
excellent because even one complaint I would have at him as Batman is like he wasn't charismatic enough. He was very cold, but Bruce Wayne Batman is that. So my complaint actually, leads gives credence to, how good it was compared to the comic and how accurate it was. So everyone glazes Christian Bale. Everyone says he's the GOAT Batman, but to me, like the closest depiction of comic book to Batman is old Batman with
Michael Keaton,
no, hell no, fuck out of here. With Ben Affleck.
the original Batman, bro. What are you
Ben
talking about?
Ben no, fuck out Michael Keaton. That's just mid pack. Ben Affleck as old Batman. He I thought that was the closest to the comics from the suit to the way he acted to his movement. I thought that was the closest to comics Batman we've gotten.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of Batman, but I mean, that's the Frank Miller Batman, which is like old Batman, like you said.
Yeah. Yeah, that was super dope. But man, there's so much to talk about with that movie. And it was like a huge thing after it came out, especially the Joker thing. Like there was dudes on YouTube doing impersonations. Do you remember that?
I do remember that. Yeah,
Like it was really a whole thing. Like me and your brother definitely sat there and practiced for hours how to talk like the
and I
Joker.
remember. Yeah. No, as in the movie, what would you say? I mean, off the top of your head, what would you say is probably your favorite scene? Because one of mine is in the beginning when Joker walks in and he has the bombs and he says, "Let's not blow this out of proportion."
Yeah.
And when he talks to the mob, and um, one of them doesn't like him, and he says, "Let me make a magic. I have a magic trick. I'm gonna make a pencil disappear." And
Well,
then he
that
goes,
was the that yeah. That
that
was the
was classic.
next
That's
thing.
one of my favorite scenes. That whole interaction and the way he leaves, and he says, here's my card," and it's a Joker card.
Yeah,
I
no,
mean,
that was
from
so on
start to
point.
end, that's one of my favorite scenes in any movie. I mean,
That was classic.
it was a great beginning to that character.
To me, it's not really a scene, but just like the messaging of the movie was so deep. That's what made that movie an all-time classic, bro. Like the messaging of the movie, the purpose of the movie, the hidden layers of the movie were so deep and so critical of society. Like that's one of the things, like you said, Joker was trying to, do the mob and Batman against this person. But one of the things he was doing is trying to show when and how humanity will crumble. And he's saying like people are only as good as their situation. He was saying like if anyone's is back against the wall in a moment of desperation, they're
They're
gonna
gonna show
turn
you who they really
into
are.
a villain like me. So you
Hmm.
shouldn't judge me because I'm no different than you.
Yeah,
So it was a deeper message, and that's why a lot of people, apart from the brilliant acting performance, that's why a lot of people resonate with his performance because his purpose, his messaging was so profound and it's something that people can relate to. And one thing, Tyler, that I understand as I get older, when I first heard the line, when it was first a thing, I didn't understand it. You either live a hero or you die to see yourself become the villain. Wait, what? You either die a hero or you live long enough to see
yeah,
yourself
that's
become
what
the
it is.
villain. So at first I didn't get it. I just knew it was fire. I'm like, oh, that shit sounds fire. As I got older, I understood. It's like this is how I took it.
Yeah,
The world is so messed up. It's gonna be hard to maintain to be like a good morale, a high integrity, good person. And most people, they're gonna fold to, the hard stakes and how hard life is and the world is, and that's when they become the villain. If
I
you
mean, yeah, you
die,
could take it like that.
if you die young, you didn't live long enough to go through enough hardship to make you change. And I've seen so many examples of that, whether that's personal or in other people. Like I feel like Drake went through something like that. Like, if Drake were to no longer be here after views, he's considered the GOAT, hands down. It's not even a question. Seen him so long enough, he became so jaded, so full of whatever it was that he changed.
What do you think? What do you think is the most timeless with this movie? Is it just a big pot of greatness and it just makes it timeless? Is it just from the acting to the
I think it's
cinematography
just the
to the
Joker's
music?
performance, and the music. I think that's the two things. But let me ask you, like, apart from the Joker, who was like some of your favorite characters in the movie?
Who, what?
Who are some of your favorite characters or performances?
Oh, I mean, I think Alfred. I love this is my favorite
Best
Alfred.
Alfred. No, no, no. Not you're just your favorite, buddy. Best
Eh,
Alfred
this is
ever.
the best Alfred. I mean,
Hands down. Like that's one debate is not a debate.
he's a little bit into tech. He can do some things, um, but he's not, in a robo suit from across the way. He'll send some planes, do a few recons for him. He
Emergency shit.
he got him, yeah. Not only the accent, I mean, the best Alfred accent.
Great
Um,
actor too.
Great actor, Harvey Dent.
Rest in peace.
He was a his performance, and I didn't know him before this movie. But
You didn't know him before and you didn't know him after.
I know him after. I've seen him in a few other things, but
Stop it.
yeah, yeah. I don't. Do I remember the names? No, but his performance was really good because he was that god level lawyer, and he had that swag.
Yeah.
Remember when they took the gun? He's like, but judge, I'm not done. And then they're like, hey, if they're trying to kill you, you're doing something right. So he was really good.
People started clapping and shit.
Yeah, he was really good. I agree. Even Rachel, like I thought she had a weird
Stop.
face,
Yeah,
but she had
see.
a
I
a
was
good
like,
role.
damn, you're on a roll. You're gonna eventually say some bum ass character and like tie
No,
them
she had
into
a good
this.
role. I
And
mean,
stop it.
it could
No,
have been better. It could have been better,
no,
but
stop it. We're talking about the
um,
greats right now.
it could have been better. I didn't say she was great. It could have been better.
She was
Plus, she has a really
trash.
weird face. She has a
From the
weird face.
face to the acting to the attitude, it was all trash.
Yeah, and not to mention, I mean, the scenes Morgan Freeman got
Morgan
as
Freeman, whatever his name is, I forgot from the comics.
Lucius.
Best Lucius you ever see.
He was like
Best Lucius you ever see.
he
Morgan
was like
Freeman
Tim
ate that
Duncan in the
role
'04, like just hitting 10-foot buckets, bomb, 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 bomb.
consistently
Yeah,
great.
yeah, he was great. But
Like he
to
was one of the best movie characters of all time, just with that role. Period.
to to me, going back to the question I asked you, I think Christian Bale's has been the best Batman at whole. That as Batman and uh as Bruce Wayne. I really agree that the voice shit doesn't bother me. I think him being innovative with Lucius kind of writing, oh, I need to be able to
That was
move my
amazing.
head, shit like
Their
that.
relationship and the way
Yeah, it
that
was great. And
they showed that side.
right, right. Um, I mean, everybody was hitting 100, bro. Everybody's
Yeah,
hitting
and
fastballs. That's what made that movie so great. I think.
everyone except for Rachel.
And wait, my biggest miss, Commissioner Gordon. I fucking loved him in that. I thought Commissioner Gordon's role was A1.
If you could actually
A1.
hear what he was saying, he would have been phenomenal. If he actually like used a little bit of the bass that God gave him when he was born, it would have been an all-time great. But the fact that you don't understand what he's saying unless you put subtitles or the movie on 100, it's not gonna cut it, dude. It's not gonna cut it. Commissioner Gordon was not gonna say he was trash like Rachel, but not gonna group him in with the others. But I would say the others is definitely Alfred. It's definitely Lucius. It's definitely if we said Joker, if you want to throw Bale, sure. Um, there was just a bunch of like even little critical figures like the Chinese guy who was trying to do the scam. The black
Yeah,
guy
but
that
would you say his role, he
no,
played his
I'm not
role
saying
better
that.
than Rachel?
Of course not. I'm not saying I'm not
Uh,
I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that they bodied their role. The
what
Chinese guy bodied his role. The black guy that the Joker
about
had beef with.
Falcone?
Oh, Falcone was amazing.
It was amazing.
Falcone was amazing. The black guy that the Joker had beef with, one of the mobsters.
Yeah, Gamble.
Michael J. White, I think in real life his name is
Okay.
amazing. So just even little characters like that, I think body their role, but just phenomenal movie throughout for sure. All time great, and not just to us, critically acclaimed. If you see the all time great list, it's up there
Yeah,
all
it's
the
like
time.
top five, right? Top
Yeah,
10.
that's
Yeah,
these are top five for sure,
that's huge. I just saw that the other day. That's huge. I didn't think
for
Batman would
sure.
have got the respect that they should have.
I didn't think so either, but throughout the years it has, and it seems like more with throughout time. So great to see.
Yeah, that's all I got on the movie. I mean, I could keep going, but the movie's 10 out of 10. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah, no,
Even if
can't.
you don't like Batman, even if you don't like comic books, all
Don't
that other
matter.
shit, this is a work of art. Christopher Nolan, one of the best directors out.
Work of art, great, thriller if you want to just classify it as something non-comic book. Mystery thriller, like yeah, body that. But yeah, fam, that's all I got. Supposed to be like the off-season random episode. Shit, it still ended up being 2, 3 hours, so typical.
Yeah, it's cool.
Nah,
Off season stuff, man.
that's why
Wait
this
till
is what
NFL
it
stuff.
is. But yeah, fam, catch y'all next time. Like, comment, subscribe. Talk in the comments. We out here. All right, fam. Catch you.
All right, bro.